Hey, what's going on? Why are we back here again already? Well, because it didn't work this morning. Hey, where are we at now? Where are we at here now? Let's see here. Y'all chickens, shut up. I got stuff to do here. And I see my. There it is. Hey, how you doing? There's my guest right there, Jennifer. How you doing, Jennifer?
I'm good. You ready to do this time?
Yeah, it's on. You're live. You are live.
Okay. All right. I should have told you ahead of time if technology doesn't work. That's because of me. I always have issues with technology. So I wanted to talk about if anyone's getting into showing chickens. I started about 5 years ago with my son, and I just wanted to come on here and share with y'all how I got started, what we did, and then talk a little bit about the Bluebonnet. So first off, I highly recommend you go to one chicken show. So the Bluebonnet is tomorrow, January 6th at the Grimes County Fairgrounds in Navasota. And so I recommend going and just seeing what it's all about if it's something you're interested in. The next step would be actually getting some good quality chickens, whatever breed you prefer. I highly recommend finding somebody that is an exhibitor, but there are some backyard breeders that do a phenomenal job. One thing you need to be familiar with is the standard of perfection. And so this is a book that's by the American Poultry Association, and they also have the American Bantam Association has their own standard of perfection. And so it goes over what chickens should look like from head to toe, how they should stand. You need to be very familiar with it. I also recommend finding a mentor or just finding a good friend that shows the same breed as you. That way, if you have any questions, you can reach out to them. There's a ton that goes into showing. Birds have to be cage trained. Birds have to be able to be held. The judges will take your bird, they'll pull the wings out, look at their face. Sometimes they'll put them kind of upside down to look at the bottoms of their feet. So you've got to be holding your chickens quite a bit. Cage training can make or break a chicken. Some judges will kind of get down to 2 birds, and depending on how your bird stands in the cage can, make or break if you're going to get first or not.
So making sure your birds have clean feet make a difference too.
Yes. You actually have to bathe your bird before the show. So there's a million different ways to bathe birds. I just do Dawn soap in the sink. However, last year one of my birds died after I bathed her, so I have yet to bathe right now, just because I'm nervous of losing some birds. But I do make sure their feet are clean. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? You need to have a tool bag. You have to be able to cut their toenails, trim their beaks. I always keep baby wipes on hand to clean up any messes. Before the show starts, you have to go in and prep your bird. If you go to the Bluebonnet tomorrow, I guarantee you're going to see some people that use some kind of spray on their birds. I mean, some people really go all out. I just use Vet RX on their feet and on their comb and wattle. That's all that I do. But there's a ton. If any of y'all are going to Bluebonnet, feel free to message me, and I have no problem talking with you and walking you through details. No etiquette is you don't talk to the judge while they're judging. You don't even stay in the aisle that the judge is. So if that judge is in an aisle, make sure you steer I can't speak, steer clear of it. Common touch the birds. I've seen some people come in to show or to watch that try to touch birds. So, a little bit about the Bluebonnet. This is the 32nd year, I believe, that the Bluebonnet has been hosting this show. It originally, a couple years ago, was at one of the A&M pavilions, and they just moved it to the Navasota Fairgrounds the last 2 years. There is a chicken show. It starts, judging starts at 9 o'clock. From 7 to 9, you'll see exhibitors out there getting their birds ready. And once the judging starts, you just kind of walk around and talk with people. On top of showing chickens, they have a backyard show that's pretty neat. They have some cool looking birds. And then they also have an egg show. I personally really love the egg show. So if any of y'all are interested in the egg show, bring your eggs and you can actually join tomorrow. I believe it's from 9 to 10 is the entry and they're done usually by 2. So you can
So they actually just look at eggs.
Yes. Well, it's more to that. So you can enter a single egg and they actually crack it open and they look at the yolk contents and that's how they judge. Or you can enter egg trios. So it can be the same color or different colors. And they actually look at the outside of the egg. Everything has to kind of be uniform, same size. Don't enter anything that has like weird coloring. One person at the last show did an ombre egg and we're wondering why it didn't placed very well. It's because it needs to have the same coloring throughout. And then my favorite part of the egg show is they actually have decorated eggs. So I don't know if you're a Pokemon fan. My nephew talked me into doing Pokemon. But you can actually enter a single decorated egg or you can enter multiple eggs. And I'm not going to show the eggs, but I have a background. I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you can have a background, and then I've got 4 eggs that I'm gonna in it. And so all that's taking place. They do have a silent auction, and they also have different vendors at the show.
Hey, hold that up again, would you?
Oh. Some of y'all will know what cartoon this is from. But when I get it done,
Yeah, I enlarged the screen so everyone can see it better.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's good. So how long you been showing?
So my son's been showing for 5 years, and then I just started the last.
Okay.
I wanted to.
That's cool.
I wanted my son to show. My husband didn't want to do a pig or any large, so I went on Facebook. I guess I forgot to mention that. I went on Facebook and I found a breeder for silkies. We got started with silkies, and I found a breeder through one of the Facebook groups that actually started mentoring my son, and we got our stock from her.
So you're a teacher too, aren't you?
Yes, teach middle school science here.
Okay, cool. I see there's still laps going on with mine.
Oh.
But at least it's working now.
Yes. I guess I thought I had more to say, but that's kind of it in a nutshell.
So how many shows a year you do?
Oh, and if you're not right now I've cut back. I've only done 3 shows so far. In the past I have gone all over Texas and I've gone to Oklahoma.
Okay, so like you gotta have PT tests on your birds, right?
Yes. So just to show in Texas, your birds have to be PT tested. And if you don't know how to find a PT tester, you can Google Texas A&M PT testing, and on their webpage there's a locator, or you can just message me on Facebook. I'm a tester, and I kind of do around the Waller, Houston area.
So you're a PT tester yourself?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's convenient for me. I do get ghosted quite a bit. A lot of people, I guess, think it's a free test, but just a small, and I mean, I'm talking like this much antigen is almost $300 out of my pocket to purchase and ship to me. So every PT tester has a different price per bird and mileage.
What do you charge per bird?
I usually do $1 per bird. And then, like in the spring area, I usually charge, anywhere from $10 to $20, for gas.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's great. So what other stuff do you need to show?
So a couple days before you show, you want to bathe your chickens. And then if it's cold, you want to make sure they're in a warm area so they can dry off. You want to clip their toenails, clip their beaks when you're bathing them, and then keep them on shavings. Don't let them get dirty. And then you can either go to the show the Friday before the show, the doors open up and you can coop in, or you can go the day of the show. And when you coop in, some shows there's a table and you just tell them your name and they give you a piece of paper and you find your number. And on the cage card, it has your number on it. So none of the cages will say your name. It just has a number, and that's how you know what coop you put your bird in. The day of the show, you have from 7 to 9 o'clock to get your birds prepped, ready. And so that's usually making sure the cage is clean, giving them fresh water, making sure they have food. If you want to put anything on them, you can. And then once the judging starts, that's just your time to kind of sit, talk with people, learn more things about chickens that you didn't know and stuff.
That's good.
That's good. One thing I will say, I've been helping people for a couple of years, and one thing that I've noticed is when a lot of people don't win, or they might get, second or third place, and they seem to get discouraged and they don't come back. One thing that y'all need to realize is that there are some people that have been showing for 40 plus years. There's one exhibitor, he started showing with his grandparents, and his line of birds is 40 plus years old, and they're amazing. And so I just try to let people know, don't get discouraged if you don't win. I don't really win a whole lot, but it is a lot of fun once you meet people and you talk and stuff.
So there's a little bit more than just raising chickens and having eggs.
Yes, it really is. And I really mean it, the standard of perfection. This needs to be your book. There's days when I'm kind of bored and I will go through the breeds that I have and I just read everything of how they should look, and then I'll go outside and maybe stare at my birds for 2-3 hours deciding if they meet the standard of perfection or not.
And how do you get that book?
So you can go to the American Poultry Association website and you can purchase the book through them. And there's also the American Bantam Association has their own. They're pretty much similar. The APA is just for the Bantam breed, and I think there's a few breeds where there's a difference between the APA and the ABA.
I'm outside looking at my window because someone came by earlier opening up my coop again. So got to keep an eye on that.
Yes.
So
I know that's
I
been
might
one of
come
my
out there
biggest
tomorrow. I'll just have to
issues.
see because of my legs, my disability, see how I'm doing when I get up.
And the shows last usually till, this show has almost 1,100 birds in it. And so
Wow.
this show probably won't be done till 5 or 6 o'clock.
Wow.
It's anywhere from 3 to 5. A couple years ago at Klein, someone kind of disputed weights of birds, and they had to reweigh, or they had to weigh all these birds, and the show didn't end till like 9 o'clock. So for the most part, yeah. So for the most part, once judging starts at 9, you literally have nothing to do except for talking with people, bring a book, walk around. I tend to make TikToks during the downtime, but it takes a while. And then at the end, they do junior awards, and then they do open awards.
So last year, I was working on a poultry show, and our major sponsors pulled out, and couldn't get another one, so I canceled it. But I learned something that I would have to have the facility till much later than I originally requested, because in case someone disputed something, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like this guy was pre-planned because there's actually paperwork. So to dispute something at a show, you have to have a piece of paper from the American Poultry Association, and you have to fill it out, sign it, and I think it's like a $50 fee that you submit. So it's not like you can just go up and say, hey, I have an issue with this.
So he thought of it ahead of time.
Yeah, I feel like he did.
We had chicken shit.
Yeah, there's some drama. One was obsessed with cuckoo silkies, and so we took 2 to a show. That was all he wanted. He didn't want to bring his other colors, and both judges disqualified him because of skin color. But what the judges didn't understand is that for cuckoo silky, the skin discoloration is normal. So we tried, talking with the clerk to have the judge like reconsider and judging the chicken, but he denied. And we were told, you can pay $50 and fill out a piece of paper, but it wasn't worth it to me. It was a good hard lesson for my son to learn and stuff. But sadly, this year he decided he didn't want to show anymore. He's 15. Girls in cars are kind of what he's into right now.
Imagine
he
that.
did win. Yeah, he did win the whole Bluebonnet last year with his East Indy duck. So he definitely left the show world, I think, on a good, with a bang.
That's good. Yeah. But now you're still showing.
Yes, even though I don't win, I really enjoy the friendships that I've made. I also am kind of obsessed with TikTok. I kind of show the humor, funny side of chickens and showing. So if you want to see it, it's Foul Poultry on TikTok.
Yeah, Bailey's got a following on TikTok. Yeah, not me, Bailey.
Well, my biggest one's been when I had the turkey humping the ground. That's been my most viewed stuff.
Well, Bailey was watching the show Dog. No, the movie Dog. With Channing Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got on video. Watching him take a bath with the dog. And she keeps turning around looking at me. And I'm videotaping her, and I'm saying, "No, I'm not taking a bath with you. Just watch the movie. It's what you wanted to watch." And then she turned around, she sniffed her butt. I said, "Yeah, I know your butt stinks, and I know you need a bath, but I'm not taking a bath with you." And that went viral. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird some of the stuff that goes viral. I did another one I thought was hilarious about how to wash a white duck before a show. And I took a white sock and made it look like the duck and acted like I threw it in the washing machine. And then I placed the duck in the washing machine and made it look like I washed it and all that. And it didn't really go very viral, but
You got a lot of people
a few
complaining.
people. No, no one complained actually. I was surprised, but the few people that understood thought it was hilarious.
I actually had a guy tell me that Bailey was a male dog and not a female. And I said, it's my dog. I know what sex it is. And he goes, well, I've been around labs all my life, and that dog's a male. I'm like, whatever.
I know I get some people act like I don't know, like I'll give my advice on some of these chicken website or, Facebook pages and some people act like I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm just like, okay, my degree's in poultry science. Um, I've been raising for 5+ years. Like I know what I'm talking about, but not a lot of people take me seriously, which
You
I
probably
mean, it's
make a
their
good
loss.
judge.
Ooh, no, I could never be a judge. I mean, if you go to a show, there are so many amazing birds. I couldn't. And one thing I've noticed too with judges, each judge really has a breed preference. So there are certain judges, if I see them at the show, I know Featherleg is going to win the whole show. Um, there's a couple of breeds depending on who the judges are. You can guarantee that they're going to be champions. Why I wouldn't get discouraged because really prefers something. Like one judge might be real big on the weight of the bird, another judge is more on how the bird stands or some little nitpicky thing. And so, like at the Klein show, there were 4 different judges judging, and I had one bird that got like first and second in the class. But then when the second judge came around, those same birds were fifth and didn't place. So it just really depends on who's judging. And I guess the confusing part of all this is you have different classes. So you have, they will judge all the cockerels, all the pullets, all the hens, and all the cocks separately as a class. And then they go back through and they pick best variety and then best of breed. And then from there, you go on to class champion and then overall champion.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No. Well, we might try to make it out there tomorrow. Like I said, it depends on my legs.
Yeah, it's a tight space too. There's so many birds in the arena, and then you have all the exhibitors that sit usually on the outside. If it's a nice day, I can guarantee you people will be sitting outside. Um, but it's definitely worth to check out. Again, like I said, my name's down here, Jennifer Peskey. Feel free to message me on Messenger if you're at the show, and I have no problem just walking you through how things are done, because it's really a lot. But I always tell people, show what you got, and then if you really enjoy showing, look into getting better stock. Um, I have actually driven all the way to Arkansas and to Alabama to pick up birds because there's not a whole lot of good quality um, of what I was looking for here in Texas. I've had to go out of state to find that, and I know a lot of people are very hesitant to drive, 3+ hours just to pick up a bird. But a lot of the serious exhibitors, they do that. We also do kind of oh, I'm going to this show. I can pick up birds for anybody, and so I've actually gone to a show where someone's bought birds from someone and I brought them back. So,
Will there be birds for sale tomorrow?
Yes, there will be a silent auction with some birds.
Okay, you said there'd be vendors out there too?
There should be, yes. I know the last couple of years, there's a vendor that has, different types of feeders, and I mean, they have show equipment, dewormer. I mean, they usually have like a huge spread of stuff that they offer at their store. I think there's going to be a cage company out there. I saw them at the San Antonio show. They're bottomless. It's just the top and the sides. But I think what they use, it doesn't rust. It was really good quality. Um, and they have a whole bunch of different sizes. So, and I think this year too, they're going to have a tamale truck out there for lunch.
Ooh.
So
That's the best part right there.
yeah.
Are they gonna have chicken tamales?
Huh? Oh,
Will they have chicken
sure.
tamales? Will they have chicken tamales?
Well. So.
Well, we thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah, thank you. I always post on Facebook trying to help people because a lot of us, we talk, and it's a lot of elderly people that show. And if we can't get new people interested in showing, we're just afraid that this is gonna die.
Yeah.
You go to show from show, and you kind of see the same people, so you really start to get to know people.
If I used to work at the Houston Farm Ranch Club for years, the Harris County Fair, and I miss it big time.
Yeah. I enjoy talking with people, and the last show, a guy that I got my Cornish from, he was at the show, so I spent about 4 hours sitting next to him, listening to why he's showing Cornish, how he got started, and giving me a lot of tips and tricks. I will say one bad thing about going to a show, there's a good chance you're going to come home with extra birds. The last show, I didn't think I needed another breed, and I fell in love with the Koshimo. If you don't know what they are, Google them. It's KO and then SHAMO. It's an ornamental game fowl, and so these are the small version, but there's bigger version, and they're used in cockfighting in China. And the Koshimo are actually a sign of wealth. So if I lived in China, I would be very wealthy, since I have a couple of them. But they're not cold tolerant, so they're having to stay in my garage where it's warmer than the barn.
That's cool. Yeah, I have enough.
All right.
I'm like over 100 now, so. Yeah.
Alrighty.
But we will try to come out there tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look and see if I see you, and if not, thanks. And
yeah, well, thank you for coming on. We greatly appreciate it.
No problem.
And we'll thank you, and hopefully we'll see a bunch of y'all out there tomorrow. So once again, thank you, and
make sure
have a nice day.
You too.
Did you have something else?
Oh, I was just gonna say, be sure to check out the egg show, because I've got 21 painted eggs. You'll have to see my Pokemon theme and then my other cartoon theme.
I'm gonna walk up with a real egg, and we'll pick up one of your eggs, and we'll drop the real egg on the ground, and let you think I broke one of your eggs.
Oh, you better not. All right. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. We thank y'all. Have a great day.